There is a political shift happening and Labour are not happy. Yes, today we will be diving into some massive reform news after a recent reveal. Not only that, but we will also go over all of the latest news from up and down the country. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and join our fast-growing community. Just a quick one to say we have new Stuck Farmer t-shirts available on our store. Go grab them now. They are available at britishstand.com or check the link in the description. Today, we're diving into some intriguing by-election results that paint a clearer picture of the shifting political landscape. These results hint that recent opinion polls showing Labour's dip in support and a surge for Reform UK may be right on the money. Now, it's worth noting that council by-elections don't always predict national outcomes, but they often reveal trends and voter sentiment. And judging by these results, Reform UK seems to be building serious momentum ahead of next year's May elections. Let's start in Kent, where Reform UK has secured not just one, but 2 local council seats. These aren't insignificant wins either. Labour sent out MPs to campaign, showing how much was at stake. Despite the effort, it's Nigel Farage and the Reform UK team celebrating. On Kent County Council, Reform UK captured over 29% of the vote, pushing Labour to second place. Notably, the Conservatives dropped 10 points to just 15%, a worrying sign for them. Over on Dartford Council, the story gets even more dramatic. The Tories plummeted by 23 points, and Reform surged from virtually nothing to claim 31% of the vote, snatching the seat. These aren't isolated victories. Reform UK has set its sights on bigger ambitions, including the Scottish Parliament, where proportional representation might give them a serious foothold. Take a look at Glasgow, where last night's by-elections offered some fascinating insights. Labour won, but with reduced support, and the SNP also took a significant hit. Reform UK didn't just show up. They placed third in 3 separate contests, with vote shares of 13%, 13%, and a striking 18% in the final seat. The Conservatives and Greens were left trailing far behind. It's not all bad news for the Tories, though. They've made gains in places like Gosport, taking a seat from Labour, and in Somerset and Hemel Hempstead, where they picked up seats from the Lib Dems. Interestingly, Reform UK didn't stand candidates in those areas, which may have contributed to the Conservative wins. Still, these results underline an ongoing struggle for Labour and the Lib Dems to hold ground, while Reform UK is making waves, especially in areas where they're focusing their efforts. So, what do you make of all this? Are we seeing the beginning of a major shake-up in British politics? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. In some other news, in a tragic turn of events last night, a man was shot dead, and another critically injured in a violent incident in Birmingham. Local police responded to the scene on Rotten Park Road in the Edgbaston area after receiving reports of a shooting just before 11 p.m. According to West Midlands Police, a man in his 20s was found unresponsive in a car at the scene. Despite efforts to revive him, he was pronounced dead shortly after emergency services arrived. The second victim, a man in his 30s, was discovered with serious injuries at a nearby bus stop. He was quickly rushed to the hospital, where he remains in critical condition. The authorities swiftly moved to investigate, arresting a man in his 30s around 12:30 a.m. on suspicion of murder. The suspect is currently being held in custody as detectives work to piece together the events leading up to the deadly shooting. At the time of writing, police officers remain at the crime scene, and several nearby roads have been cordoned off as part of the ongoing investigation. Detective Inspector Nick Barnes, who is leading the inquiry for the West Midlands Police Homicide Team, addressed the gravity of the situation in a statement. "This is a truly tragic incident. Our team has been working through the night to establish the full circumstances of what happened. While we've made significant progress, we still need to hear from anyone who was in the area at the time and hasn't yet come forward." Detective Barnes appealed particularly to anyone who might have captured the incident on dashcams or mobile phones, urging members of the public to share any footage from the vicinity of the busy junction near City Road around 11 p.m. "Even the smallest piece of information could be vital in helping us understand the sequence of events," he added. "As the investigation continues, police are encouraging anyone with information to contact them directly. Anonymous tips can also be submitted through the charity Crime Stoppers, ensuring that those who may feel reluctant to speak up can still assist in bringing clarity to the case. For local residents, the news has sent shockwaves through the community. Mohammed Faisal, a resident who lives near Rotten Park Road, described hearing the gunshots while watching television. "I was watching TV when I heard 2 shots, followed by a third. Then, 5 minutes later, I saw the flashing blue lights of the police. That's when I knew something serious had happened," Faisal recounted. "I initially thought it might have been a crash, as we often get accidents by the junction," he continued. "But when I saw the police response, it quickly became clear that it was something far worse." Faisal, a father of young children, expressed his concern about the safety of the area, especially given the proximity of the incident to his home. "It's extremely worrying, especially with kids around. You never want something like this happening so close to where you live." As the investigation unfolds, both the police and local residents are left grappling with the unsettling reality of a violent crime in their midst. Authorities are urging anyone with relevant information to come forward and assist in bringing justice to the victims of this senseless act. Lastly, Princess Kate has invited the children who survived the Southport stabbing attack to attend her together at Christmas Carol concert at Westminster Abbey on December 6th, following a private meeting in October. The Princess of Wales, accompanied by Prince William, met with the families of the 3 young girls who tragically lost their lives in the horrific attack at a Taylor Swift-themed dance class on July 29th. Kensington Palace confirmed the service would proceed in early November, with Kate hoping to highlight individuals who have shown love, kindness, and empathy in their communities. A source revealed that the royal family has been a strong support to the survivors, with King Charles meeting with the families and Kate and William taking time to meet them privately last month. "This year's concert will mean more to her than ever before," the source said. "It promises to be a life-affirming event." In August, King Charles visited Southport, meeting locals and paying tribute to the victims. Despite the outpouring of royal support, a source noted that the family's grief remains deep, with many still struggling to come to terms with the trauma. The royal family, including King Charles, Queen Camilla, and Prince William, will join Kate for the concert. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British political content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.